Hi and welcome, and this is just a really little mini report that I actually, mended the shirt. Mending is giving it attention, and I actually didn't only say I was going to do it, but I actually did it and I finished it. This is what it looks like, and it's looking cute and I'm excited. So it needs to dry for, it can be washed after 72 hours. It needs to dry for 24 hours. But seems like a rather long time, but I'm looking forward to kind of seeing what this actually looks like when it's really finished, and really being able to touch it without half the colour getting stuck. So this is basically what I did, what I got, and I couldn't really find the silver. I know it says, I think it's like three-dimensional. Oh, I think they mean the holographic, right? I don't know if they mean like that the colour will kind of stick up off the fabric, but I did it really flat, so it started to dry. So I did a couple layers because I tried to do it really thin just to make sure this lasts me, as I only bought one bottle, but this has been more than enough. There's still a lot left actually. I think could do a couple more letters, and I'm excited. And also I think I had wanted just silver, but I think this gives it, well, more dimension really. And let's see what it will turn out to look like, and then it'll be kind of fun. But I like how it's still kind of silver. I think at first I had not wanted this holographic, because I wanted it to be, you know, as much as it looked like, as much as possible how it looked like before, because that's kind of, that was what I thought the point was of like mending it. I mean, not by God, but like just my own understanding. Just, and because I liked it, because this is also silver, but yeah, I didn't really find anything good and nice and useful, so I kind of like this. So I got it off eBay. So I wasn't really sure how holographic, because in the photo it really looked just silver. So I guess I didn't expect it to be this holographic. I was like, why is it called holographic paint? No, it really is not holographic. But it's nice, I'm liking it now that it's on the fabric, and plus I don't have a choice now. Anyways, but I am happy. And I just wanted to report that I really did it. And this can just be kind of a sample report, a representative of other things that I fix, anything that I basically will fix or have fixed. I did a whole bunch of sewing the other days, so where is that thing? Let me see. Oh, well, this thing, I put the button on here because you can still tell that it's different. But I really like the, and I don't know whether people will be wondering what's the big deal, you sewed your clothes, but I feel like the mending statement is like really deep and means different things, but also really not only that I actually did it, but I really like the notion of really taking care of our things, and I think it goes deeper than just putting the button there, but really, you know, you meant it, and you bought something, you meant it, and now you're taking care of it, and it can last you a long while. So there are some things I need fabric for, like this one, so I can't really do anything with this. But I need to buy something for the skirt to fix some of the holes, to like put on the holes. But I did buy the colour right here, and that's what that looks like. And I don't know if anybody but me manages to talk for 4 minutes about a shirt, but yay, I'm excited what it'll look like, and it'll be good as new, and I'll be able to wear it again, and I'm excited for that and looking forward to it. And I'm happy because, oh hey, let me make this longer than 4 minutes, because I was planning to do something earlier, but then haven't, because I was uploading something else. But I'll be using it, I'll be feeling like the same as I did before about it, because you know that point where, you know, when you like stop reaching for something because you're kind of a little bit disappointed in something that happened with it, like maybe something went wrong with it, like something like this where the color came off. But this one is kind of understandable because it had been with me for a while, and it's all the more disappointing, or maybe it is especially, or it is disappointing when you only just bought it and then something happens. But you know, sometimes we don't really notice or we don't pay attention to it, and it didn't come to our attention well, and so we don't have awareness of it after. But awareness is like slightly different from attention. But you know, when it's already past the point where you were actually disappointed, and you know, when we ask us that we see something and then we go through our wardrobes and like we wonder why we haven't reached for this and that. So it's always worth, I would like to recommend to you, kind of gaining that awareness and paying attention, like asking ourselves why, what actually happened. Usually we'll find that there is some reason and we simply didn't know what it was. So it could have become that relationship with this item that I would have been disappointed and then not reach for it, and I didn't want it to happen. So it's great, because I feel like sometimes when you leave it for too long, then that already happens and you simply just have it in the, oh, I'll fix that one day corner. So, I mean, I didn't used to do that anymore, but now I'm learning to not only like mending, because God shared that with me, so like now I have to like listen to it. Well, no, I don't have to, but I want to. But I mean, there's a bigger point in that now, and not only that, but I actually took care of it and actually did it and finished it up. But I do it straight away, so when I'll be using this, I'll be feeling the same as before, when it was, well, not new, but like, you know, still new, looking fine, rather than, because I don't want to be wearing it and then you feel disappointed in it every time and you kind of force yourself anyway. So I'm liking this, yay. And I took these out because this is something I wanted to tell you earlier today. Oh, that's a long story. A little bit inherited, because I felt like some people still kind of just, they get you at what you're already thinking, then it gets to you, otherwise it doesn't really get to you. But then, I don't know how to put this. But I've already written this on Facebook, but anyways, but I came around to the learning of the solution, so that's great. With something like the difference between not and good enough is between whether you're thinking it or not. Ta-da! I was like, why am I showing my PJs like obviously because I just showed you something about the fixing of them. Silly me. I bought these boxes, remember, well, I haven't made that video yet, I don't know if I ever will. And I was not going to show the price, but it's just so good to not show it. It's like, it's not about the price. The price wasn't the reason. The home improvements were the reason I thought I really would get to like improve his home with some lovely storage options. These look really expensive to me. I think they look really nice. They look really good, nice and posh. But they were super like full. I didn't know. I almost didn't want to show the number because it's not about the number, but I want you to know like how too good to be true the price actually was. So I hope you're not just judging the number. But I had these hats I wanted to put in. So I was figuring out, because this needs to dry now, I can't really disturb it. But so I'll have to be careful. So, or I can put the smaller hats in here, and then have this in there. And like there's two more down here. I had a whole bunch, but I never wear them because of my face shape. So I cut down my favourites, and so these could go in here, and then have this one there. So I was like figuring this out. And I know that like storage isn't the solution. So I have like, at this time I'd already like evolved to like home improvements, and I really wanted to. And it was lovely to know, one of the things I wanted to tell you at the time was that like, I didn't really have to spend, compared to what like you know, a lot of money, like compared to, because at first I felt like I had, but then I started thinking back to, you know, what some people actually spend on like home improvements, buying new sofas and new this and new that, and it ends up being, you know, really a lot. So this really wasn't a lot to spend and really improved the home. I felt like when you live there, especially, you know what you have needed for a while, or really would have liked to in order to improve your home, and really then it really makes a difference to you, and you can really see it. So that was the other day. I didn't get to that, but I posted about it on Facebook, and I did write. I think I wrote about it, didn't I? So here. Wait, what is this? Oh, really? Was this in a bag? So I wanted to do this over once again, and I wanted to tell you that I know this is just a temporary solution. However, like, yet it is a temporary solution for me now, temporarily, because I had this. So it's kind of nice to have only what I know I will be wearing, and like I'm about to reach for, like, kind of how I see my future style be. And this is something, I'm not sure if I shared the right thing about it, because I had seen it a long time ago and then it was still there. I actually had seen this before lockdown started. Well, of course it was still there, it was lockdown. So you can't really say, oh, maybe it was meant for me because it's waited for me. Because, like, I don't know if I said that, if that's, like, I don't know if I understood the involvement right, and, like, I didn't want to have passed on something wrong to you. Because, I mean, loads of things will still be there, and it doesn't mean, you know, it's meant for me because it was there, because there could be loads of reasons. So I'm not really sure. But I really would have enjoyed this piece, and this time I will. I don't know if I want to even say that. Like, I don't even know how to. I feel like there's something to it at times, but, you know, so many things could always still be there. And, like, if we always say, oh, maybe it's meant for me, then, like, everything's all of a sudden meant for you. So I wasn't really sure about that point. I don't want to live by example. Maybe I did that prematurely and did it, and then started thinking afterwards. But so what I want to do is put to the bottom things that I will reach for less often, or was thinking I was likely to reach for less often. You know what? Now they're on my mind more. I kind of want to wear them more. Like, but I know it's just a temporary solution. I did want to share that. But it makes sense to have some of the things I want to reach for more regularly, and, like, what I've done if they weren't hiding somewhere there. And it was kind of, trust me, worse before the other day when I did all this. So I don't even want to share that anymore, but I would like to hang them up, see what that's like, because I'm kind of liking how there's not so much hanging up here, to me, it's like, it's still, there's like room in between, rather than having it all stuffed in, but that at least everything will be accessible that I'll be wearing quite often, and also kind of will get to test what the wardrobe and, like, wearing things feels like with what I thought was less things. However, like, looking at them there and then knowing I'll add some more from here to it, like, the less you have, the more it seems, and then you feel like you have endless options when you consider the combinations, but it's less than I used to have. So maybe this can kind of really tell me whether I will be drawing out some things from here, or sometimes after some time you're like, oh, I still have that thing, but no, they're on my mind. Like, but I think there's something to it, so I wanted to share it. I remember it from the blueprint. And then it'll be the things I know I will need up here, and it'll be easy to reach for, and I'll see exactly what I have, and then I'll have sort of not things that I do want to reach for somewhere hidden. I have to take out all of this because I'll have that what I will be less likely to reach for anyway, and I'll get to kind of test the waters of like, I mean, I thought it was a minimalistic wardrobe, but I'm looking at it and it doesn't look that way. But also the color scheme is kind of adding up. I'm finding that for the most part there are many natural colors here, which I'm liking. And that was kind of part of that, which I don't know now what I have reported to you about it and what I haven't gotten to, because I know a lot of, I still wanted to say and still thought I would get to it, or maybe convince myself of that. But also now I get to see how it's all right and good, and like you never know why something didn't happen and what would have happened if it had still happened, because it didn't happen. So what God has kind of maybe God has protected you from something. I mean, or we can't blame everything on God if there's something we didn't do that we wanted, but it's kind of like, it's like you never know why it wasn't meant to happen anymore. And I can see that if maybe it's wrong for this time now, and there's new things now, so if I'm in the moment now, then I need to get to say what needs to be done and said now. And there's something else. I got to see, like, out of sort of, well, heaven's point of view, how I might see things if I wasn't alive on this earth right now. Meaning, it's like, how do you even put this well? But things that it was not in vain. Like, I felt sort of bombarded with love and information, and then I tried to keep up with everything, and I don't even do that anymore, because I think now what hasn't kind of said, it probably won't, it's just left to be said, I just won't even get to it. I could do maybe like a mini summary, but I mean, I'm just filming this, so how can I be filming, and I was thinking a while ago, like, I wish I could just film my memories, then I could just show you the memory film, but you can't do that. At least with no technology that we know of as of yet. I heard that there's somebody they measured your I think brainwaves or something, or like the stream or electromagnetic, I don't know what it's called, and then they try to recreate the image that it would make in your mind, and that's how they could charge like the mind reading machine. But it was like in its baby stuff, so you just never know, because I'm like not super informed about all things tech anyway. If I was bigger techie, maybe I would have better at tech. Maybe I would have had this figured out too, like better and earlier. But I don't know how to phrase the thing that I felt like. Well, it wasn't maybe, I only looked at me like trying to keep up with everything, and everything seemed so important, and everything came to my surprise, and it was not only surprising but so awesomely beautiful. And everything is worth sharing, and I want to share it all. I'm like, people really need this, but people really need this. And like, this is really awesome. Like, I need to share this, and like all these coincidences where everything like was perfect, like perfectly coincided, and like, oh my gosh, and like God arranged it this way, and like I wanted to share all the. When we said that, miracles, it's like, that's what it felt like on a daily basis. Somebody phrased it that way too, my friend, and I was like, yeah, exactly, I know what she means. And now it's become, maybe the real life looks like that. It's so awesome. And when we think of kind of, I don't know, maybe magic or something, we kind of want to tell ourselves that doesn't really exist. Well, if this happened, it was real, so that's kind of what they mean with miracles. But I only kind of thought, well, because of everything I said bombarded, but like because of all the love energy they sent me, it's like because of that I got to do this, like what I have gotten to doing, and that got out, and that's how it got out, because I had, what if, you never know, if maybe you think you would have had time, and maybe you would have like, maybe less would have gotten out if you had gotten less of it. Like, how would it even work? It's like, maybe that was already good enough, or what they wanted, what God would have wanted. And plus, if thinking is doing, then it's like, I have done what they would have wanted for me. And sort of the evolve, if there is no time, there's only evolvement. So the evolvement happened, and you think you need time. Right, so I'm gonna be doing that, and I guess there's no kind of good way of like filming, holding the camera and filming it, and then also filming, and then doing it meanwhile. But I can tell you what I did, and then if I do get time, I can do like a update on the results. But I wanted to share that, and I definitely wanted to say the sentence that I know it is just a temporary solution. First stuff, because these have been in here, but I couldn't. It was like I sort of in between both. I was trying to push myself to like let go more of my things, and then I kind of got confused with. There'd been so many things I wanted to tell you at the time, and it confused me. But not only because I kept them in the wardrobe after all, and it was almost like it was sort of a feeling where a sense of. I have evolved to this new person that I saw myself being and becoming, and that I was becoming, but at the same time, this wasn't so long ago, and I still liked them, but then also like, when is too much, like, when is, I didn't know, I guess I didn't get myself too physically releasing these, and I had other things that I did, so this is like the next part, I had them in here, which doesn't look like it now because they kind of expand, but they were like in here, and I took them out. Well, these are new, but oh, why? Because I bought it secondhand, so that's why I fixed it, mind you. But one thing I had meant to tell you at the time was, like, I heard when people say I have nothing to wear, and they stood in front of the wardrobe which was full of things. And like, I never felt this way. I always felt like if I couldn't make up my mind what to wear, it was because I loved everything and wanted to wear multiple things on the same day, and that wasn't really possible. So, but it turns out I got to understand why that happens, and it was because, and I left, like, the new was in, and I was like ready to, and at the time I felt like more than later, because I left them in too long, truth be told. So, but I couldn't kind of get myself to really releasing these. It's like I had the old in there and the new, and it's sort of like, excuse me, oh my god. When we like say mixed signals, it's like, I was getting mixed signals. When we say I got my signals crossed or something, I feel like the energy, the difference in energy, like the new energy in my life that I felt belonged to my life, but then the old one kind of mixed in with it, and it kind of confused me, and it kind of dragged me down. And I think some people have already figured out that it's like old things left in the wardrobe, and you still have all the old things, but I never had the awareness of the energy, that the energy actually, like, what made me kind of, like, I remember standing in front of it and getting confused, even though I knew what I wanted to begin to reach for in my life going forward. Like, got my signals crossed. Like, the old energy of those clothes that are now on the bed, like, well, it didn't attack me, but like, as it hit me, as it like came at me, and the new energy, it's like, it confused me. Like, I was like, how am I gonna, because it took me a while to figure this out, and then I wanted to tell you because I'd figured it out, but I was like, why is this, like, what is happening? And then it's kind of like, it kind of confused me because I was getting mixed signals. So I was like, I was standing like, I don't know what to wear, even though I thought I knew, like, technically in my mind what to wear. So it's one of the things, I can't remember if I did tell you that part, but there were so many layers, so many things I wanted to tell you about that. So that's why I know it is just a temporary solution, but it will help me to gain clarity and have it clear, to like have everything in front of me that I really do want to wear when it's actually like in front of me, which is like right here. With this wardrobe it works that this is actually on eye level. There may be some things I won't be able to fold up, but they'll be on the top and it'll make sense at the end. At least that's the plan. That's my intention and that's the plan. And I envision it that way, and I'm pretty sure it will make me, you know, to the most part, the most sense it can make. Because then at least, so that's why I don't want to like shove them in the back and like forget about them. But I kind of wanted to do that because then I know whatever I wanted to really reach for from here, it won't get just abgesackt and I could like just be shoved somewhere and you don't even notice it anymore. And it'll give me an overview of what I really have, but I don't want it to be lying there. Like I don't want to do that, and also it's making me want to wear them now because I think now because they're on my mind or something, or because I'm starting to see it happen that I won't get to wearing them anymore. So now the part of me is like, no, let's wear these. But I think it'll still make sense. I'm gonna at least like pull through it to see, just to at least I know whether it works or it doesn't, you know what I mean? But I'm recommending it to you because I believe it does. And like for example, this used to be my favorite, and that's not that long ago. These two are my absolute favorites. Like now this is my favorite, but it's like the person that I was, it's not that long ago. Sort of love too much to let go, but like, and I don't want to, maybe they're still so close to the person I only recently used to be, but also because I still held on to them, it confused me all the more. Maybe like at the beginning I thought I would get some time to do this, but I didn't. It was like that was the moment to do it, or I don't know, I don't want to say anything wrong, anything untruthful or excuses, because I don't know what exactly was missing, but maybe more involvement, and have evolved since. And I'm here now doing this. But this had been like not too long in the past. Well, I said that, but it was last year. And so I had some, and I remember this one video I was trying to make. I was trying so hard to just somehow be happy, and this person would try and twist it that it's my fault that I'm unhappy because I'm not positive, which anyways, but it's exactly the other way around. When you have reason to be happy, then you'll be positive too. Like, I mean, positivity helps me to be happy, but he had enough of it to do that. So start with it. So I remember this video, and like I was wearing that shirt in that video, and it just made me like cringe because just something about it now reminds me of that sad and tough time. Oh, another thing I wanted to recently tell you was, because I this is a little bit different, but consciously replaced words like problems and challenges, and also even the word as an adjective tough with like, sorry, did I say challenges? Issues and problems with challenge, as it gives you an outlook. I think I mentioned that the other day, and don't remember if I don't think I mentioned, but it still feels like a struggle. Like I say a challenge now, but it still feels like a struggle. And so I wanted to tell you this so that there's clarity about it. Like, it does feel like a struggle. And simply trying to use positive language not only, but also like that gives you an outlook. And you know what, in acting you always have that when you set your objective, what the character want, what you want as a character, it has to be a positively phrased sentence, or it doesn't give you anywhere to go. Like, it's acting, but like you have to think as a character, even if you're playing some crooked, horrible character, because if you saw them as horrible, you couldn't play them. Like, you have to, in your mind, translate it as, what is this person trying to do that seems positive to them at the time. I'm just repeating this to make the point why like how, you know, positivity gets us somewhere. And in the first step, it allows us to get somewhere, as it has an outlook. So, but make those take. Like, yes, it did feel like a struggle, and it does. So I try to explain about these shirts just to give you like maybe a little bit of an idea like why they're still here. Wondering if like on camera it looks worse than I thought it does, but I guess I can't really take you along because I at least need both hands to do this. And with something like this, it can hardly hang these up. But also, like, I'll see how much space I'll have and things, but if it makes me wear these, then at least I will be wearing them, and there won't be some maybe pile that's shoved somewhere, and I'll actually, excuse me, wear them up. And I apologize for that, but I think if I wait till I get to edit this, then I'd rather put this out and have the truth of this out here. I don't know why I'm showing this side here, but that could just be ta-da. Yeah, so I kind of wanted to know. Well, it wasn't the beginning anymore, but it was like way earlier than now. I guess at the time, like, I felt all this positive energy. I thought I was ready to be not minimalistic, but, you know, because simplistic again starts sounding like a little bit too simple, but to be simple, I don't know if that's, I guess we are simple, we're human, like, I don't know what to call this. Simply simplicity. I've already like evolved through it, and already I'm at this feeling where like I want to wear these. I have them, but at least then I'll be wearing them. But look at everything, and like I felt so overwhelmed at the point where I still had put them in this wardrobe, or still had them in there when I thought I was like, or was about to be, going to be more, I will just call it minimalistic, but for all intents and purposes, but it's really simple, a simple lifestyle. So well, I'm also figuring this out. I don't know what to say for myself as to why they are here. Because I don't want to make any excuses for it. And I like him though. And it was like new to me, so I thought maybe put them in a box and like put them away. But now I'm seeing, well, these are here, and I feel like I don't get to what I need because everything is like, and I had to put them at the bottom because this is how the wardrobe is. How the space up there is like, it's so high to the ceiling. I'll show you because it looks messy, but like with bags it makes sense that I can take one out and put back, or you know, usually you take one out and then you wear it for a while, but it's like I only have bags there so I can take them out. And it all goes up to the ceiling, so it's like it goes up to here. If I fold, I don't know if he does, because if I fold them up, literally they fall down all the time. Like I had to utilize the space the way the space kind of told me like how it would work for it very well. So maybe you can put some bags into each other and then make them just like better somehow. But this is easy to grab one bag, but it's not easy. You don't even reach to the back if there's a pullover at the back, bottom end or something. Or you try to pull one thing out and everything falls. I don't even want to blame it on the space either. However, and maybe because I'm bigger, but like some of my, like especially like the pullover like this, chunky junk. Did I say junk? Oh well, anyways. I mean, if it's just really big and like wide and like chunky when you fold it. Anyway, I'll try to do this. Well, I mean, I can't really take you along and we're already at 34 minutes, so that's like a really good length of a video. I hope you did like it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you listened deeply and heard me. And hope you